Our suffering as a species comes from the incorrect perception of living in the past through our attachment to memories that then shape our future. The phantoms of past and future are only of use to the intellect because it gives individuals the idea that they are in control of their lives. Yet as an individual grows, he begins to understand that no matter how grandiose his attempts at control, life always has a way of changing those plans. And in doing so, life also destroys the individual's imagined ability to control the future outcome. This mentality of forcing ourselves upon life is a socially accepted practice of modern civilization. An individual's attempt to control life according to her own beliefs, and as a result to force this perspective upon others, is the beginning of tyranny. Lao-tzu's essential teaching of Wu-wei, on the other hand, illustrates the futility of our attempts to control life. He emphasizes that it is only when you give up forcing or controlling anything that you begin to get the kind of control you always wanted, but never knew existed. The Taoism of Lao-tzu was about the way, the Tao, which is something we experience when we are more attentive to our inner and outer worlds. The Tao can be followed and experientially known when we have surrendered our control, conditioned identity over to the effortless realm of spontaneity and trust, Wu-wei. Translated into English, Wu-wei means non-doing, non-action, or effortless action. These translations are literally correct and lead us to the intuitive and ultimate psychological experience of Wu-wei. This effortless psychological experience means not forcing or allowing a state of intelligent spontaneity. This effortless realm is why the Tao is usually referred to as the way of nature, because when we follow the way, we can experience the same spontaneity of nature within our own experience. As a result, we trust our path through life. The discovery of this spontaneity in life allows us to sink deeply into the awareness that we are nature and not separate from any aspect of it. The essential teaching of Wu-wei can only be known if the individual is sincere in surrendering control and, as a result, giving his life over to something much bigger than himself. Tao is that which is bigger than our personal lives. Its depth of understanding is vast. Wu-wei is the fragrance of Tao. It is the spiritual attitude that is expressed and lived by many adepts, gurus, masters, saints, sages, shamans, and yogis. When we discover the flow of Tao moving within our own lives, as a sage does, we begin to be receptive to where our experience in life is leading us. We cease clinging to the experiences of the past and instead become rejuvenated in the present. The future becomes nothing more than a mirage, as the pure transparency and reflectivity of our consciousness begins to be absorbed in the feminine womb of the Tao. When you don't force yourself upon life, you discover that you are life. All our vain attempts to control life result from the way we are raised, because our culture and society influence us to believe that we do not belong to the world. We are taught to feel like aliens in this world, like in a great cosmic joke with no punchline. We are raised to believe that we exist in a hostile universe, so we ought to fear one another and never trust anyone. This ideology is bringing the human race to its knees. At the rate of speed that we are polarizing ourselves, it is hard to imagine there will be any remnants of corresponds to the Taoist principle of yin, mutual resonance. Li moves us out of isolation and into universal harmony, in the same way that the mystical guru of the East leaves the isolation of the cave to go back into the world. But this time the guru is you, and the love you share is the love you are. The world as we know it can be anything it chooses to be. But if you do not trust the world, then the world will remain as it is. Such is the paradox of unity and our nature, Wu-wei.